Well, grand evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Lakeisha McKnight is here. We're live. I am your leadership specialist, your wealth mentor here with the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. That's right here in this cool Chesapeake, Virginia, here in the United States of America. And so I know that right now we're broadcasting to a live global audience, a live global audience. And I know Facebook is probably letting people know that we're live right now. It's all good. And so we're just going to take our time, gradually get into this thing, this particular session, this episode here with this exciting show. So I'm excited to get started, but I'm going to definitely start a watch party as well. I'm not sure how many people is going to be tuning in to this particular episode, but I tell you the truth, whether you listen in live or you catch the replay, as long as you plug in and you get it, that is the most important thing that matters. All right. So let me go ahead and make sure that I also conduct a watch party. I want to make sure that we're potentially reaching as many people as possible with this particular podcast episode. So let's go ahead and get it done. Now, remember, on Fridays and Saturdays, okay, Fridays and Saturdays, we just do audio only. Again, it's audio only. There's no video unless it's like something super duper special. But again, it's no video at all, just audio on Fridays and Saturdays. So we're really getting this thing going with this particular watch party. So we're gonna try
Let's
and
go
make
ahead
sure
and get
that the audio is good. Sounds like it's pretty good. So I want to greet the members of that group. Good evening, ladies. And of course, I'm typing with one hand. All right, here we go. So we're good. We're live in the Black Business Women's Network group. Hello, ladies in that particular group. Hello to those of you on my timeline, those who are listening in through iHeartRadio and Spreaker. Many of you who may be tuning in on the Leadership TKO Station.com's website. I just want to welcome you. I know it's Friday. Many of you probably celebrate this as Valentine's Day. Let's just clear the air right now. Every day should be Valentine's Day, right? Every day should be a day where you're loving yourself, where you're loving God, where you're loving other people. We should be loving people every single day, right? So it's like saying, I love you today, but tomorrow I don't really love you. When you really do kind of go in and you celebrate this day. That's what it's really saying. That's just my perspective, right? From my perspective, it's saying, I really, truly love you today. But tomorrow, that might not be the case. So I celebrate it every day. I express my love for people in general every single day. Hello, sis. Thank you so much for tuning into this thing. Appreciate you. Okay. Appreciate you. So we have a very, very short but very important message that I'm going to share on tonight. Before we dive in, I want to let you know, this is something I probably should have mentioned earlier. The purpose of this show, the purpose of the podcast, this night show, is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. That is the purpose of the show. So if you want to really become that major influencer on social media and maybe even in your local community, perhaps you want to impact the lives of more people or even grow your income. Many of you want extra streams of income. Many of you are really seeking after financial freedom. I know that you are. Right? I know it because many of you are business owners. So you're really seeking after that. And so if that's you, continue to plug into this show. I'm going to give you some tested opportunities and tested points and nuggets. When I say opportunities, I don't mean like a bazillion business opportunities. I mean giving you ways in which it can just cause you to think about some of the things that you're doing, right? The habits that you're engaging in. Because that's really the direction I want to head into with this episode tonight. You might see the preview image. You might see the title of this particular episode. Copying the right cats. And in parentheses, I have millionaires, right? And then you see the image there before you. Now, it got cut off a little bit. It's talking about the US dollar from 1913 through 2019. You might not see the year because it's cut off right there. For those of you who are on Facebook, you don't see it. But for those of you on the podcast, I'm showing an image of the US dollar from 1913 through 2019. It's showing the purchasing power of that dollar. You know that dollar that many of you may go to a job and you work 40 hours a week for 40 years, and some people hope to retire on it. That same dollar where we used to take $20 to the food store back in the day, and we used to be able to fill up the grocery cart full of food with 20 bucks. But now if we try to go to big places like, Wally World out there and try to take $20 and go shopping with it, you can walk out of the store with $20 worth of stuff without a grocery cart, right? You don't even really need a grocery cart. This is what we mean by the decreasing value of the dollar, or the limitation of the purchasing power of the dollar. You cannot purchase as much as you used to with the dollar. And this is just facts. Many people think that they're winning when they're making so much money. They bring in a lot of these dollars. You can bring in a lot of these dollars. The fact of the matter is, though, the dollar is not money. You need to become a little bit more educated, right, about money. I wasn't educated about money as much as I thought I was a little over 3 years ago. But when I humbled myself and I went after it and I sought after education to learn about this dollar, right, that many people work hard for, I come to realize that, what happened was in 1971, if you look at the image there, former President Nixon, he closed the gold window. In other words, there was a relationship between the US dollar, right, paper currency, as well as an asset, tier 1 asset today, called gold, where gold used to be exchangeable for the dollar. The dollar during that time used to be symbolic of a receipt that you'll be able to turn into your bank and be able to obtain physical gold. However, when that gold window was closed by former President Nixon, it was no longer exchangeable for gold, and therefore the dollar no longer was money. It just became fiat currency. And the value of that dollar continued to decrease quickly as a result. And you see the image before you. As of today, that dollar, the same dollar that you are holding today, is worth about 5 cents. So when a person, for example, thinks that they might have about $100,000, right? If you held on to that thing from 1971, right? And you think that you have a true $100,000 today, you're absolutely wrong. You truly only have about $16,000 out of that 100,000 that you thought you had. It's because the value of the dollar has decreased significantly. So the dollar is not meant to be saved because it's dead pretty much already. The dollar is only good for spending, paying bills, and things of that nature. But what good is it, right, where you're living just to pay bills? You want to be able to live and enjoy life, right? You want to be able to build wealth. So what do? You honestly need to copy the right cats, meaning do what the millionaires do. Millionaires do not save with dollars. Millionaires place those dollars into a vehicle that's going to appreciate or increase in value. So you have to ask yourself this question. Are you continuing to save those dollars? First of all, are you making enough dollars to be able to potentially save? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, what are you going to do with those dollars so that you don't continue to lose by holding on to it? You need to place it in a vehicle that's going to cause it to grow in value over time, or at least help those dollars or put them to work so that they work harder for you and make more money for you. That is what investors do. Investors put those dollars to work so that the dollars are working hard for them. And so you have to think about that for yourself. Are you putting your dollars to work? Are they working hard for you, or are you just spending it when you get it? Here is the solution. You see, about a little over 3 years ago, my cousin informed my husband and I about a system that helps us to utilize putting these dollars in a vehicle so that it grows. And we put it in a vehicle that's causing the dollar to actually work hard for us. So now we're not just focused in on the S quadrant where we're working so hard for money and trying to, get that next dollar because we're this quote unquote expert in what we do. Now we're building a global organization from wherever we are. It doesn't matter where we are. I can be in Africa. I can be in Asia at the moment, but I'm still growing my business wherever I am. And then also putting those dollars to work. And that's what this amazing system has enabled my husband and I to be able to do. And close to 1 million people right now today are doing the same thing. This is a system that's not an MLM and it's not a network marketing opportunity. Many people ask that question, but I tell them it's absolutely not, right? We're getting paid to save our money in a vehicle that's going to cause, right, our dollars to grow in value. So we're encouraging people to do the same thing. We're copying the right cats, those millionaires out there. So you need to be doing the same thing. Don't do what they say do what they're doing. Okay? Do what they're doing. And you can get the results that they are getting. So here's the general invitation to you. I know many people are out, they'll catch the replay. It's fine. Those of you tuning in right now, it's meant for you to hear this. So if you're not plugged into this system, right? This system that's going to help protect those dollars you work so hard for and cause those dollars to work harder for you. If you're not plugged in, I'm going to invite you tonight. Don't delay this because you can plug into this system for free, right? It's wealth education. You are actually building wealth for yourself and for your family. I know this to be true because here's the real fact. The real fact is because of plugging into this system, and I know it's not just myself, it's many others, but my 2 children who are ages 3 and 7 today will never need to work a job because of what my husband and I are doing today. So I'm going to invite you, right, to receive wealth education, financial education, to protect those dollars so you don't keep losing by holding on to it. Put those dollars to work. Do what the millionaires do. So you can send me an inbox message or inbox the person who is doing a watch party on their timeline or share this video on their timeline. Let them know that you want more information about this system because that's exactly what it is. It is a system. And so I thank each and every one of you for tuning into this particular episode tonight. If you love yourself, right, on this special Valentine's Day, if you love yourself, if you love your family and those connected to you, help yourself and your family to win and build wealth, real wealth, not this fake counterfeit money. Don't keep holding on to that. You see the image. The facts is right before you, right before your face. You're holding on to something that has very little to no value. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do about this information you have right here that you listened into? So I look forward to hearing from many of you that's tuned in today, and definitely get back with those who shared this with you. We're going to be back tomorrow night here with the Leadership TKO Night Show. So excited for the information I'm going to share tomorrow night. So until then, I want to encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone, and God bless.